Hey everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is At the Buzzer, and we're joined as always by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Doing good, Brian. Thanks.
And Ryan Flint. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm also doing well, Brian. Thank you for asking me specifically.
Yes, of course, of course. You gotta make sure you're doing it right
You're
now.
breaking up.
So, since last time we recorded, obviously the Celtics they lost to the Knicks. We're not going to talk about that. That's not what's important here. They beat the Lakers 125-121 in overtime, but there was some controversy. Of course, everybody who's a basketball fan, anyone who would be listening to this is probably well aware of the controversy. We got away with one, is how I like to say it. But Jack, what did you see in that game? What impressed you? What are your takeaways?
I was really impressed by the refereeing. No, I'm kidding. I think overall, the things that stood out to me, got to start with number one. My current main man, Jaylen Brown, um, hitting those clutch free throws, getting redemption for himself, like he was not able to do in the Knicks game to force that OT or even a game winner. Immediately, right? That immediate redemption is nice. While all of Boston was out to get him, not really. We all are like, okay, everybody likes JB, but it was frustrating, because we had an opportunity to get a win. We were on a little bit of a skid, and that was not a panic button necessarily, but it certainly was like, why didn't he hit those free throws? Like, is that X, Y? Is this going to happen now because of this? Um, anyway, I honestly thought he played great. Was it 37 points? Yeah, I mean, those are 37 points are great for JB. 9 rebounds and 3 assists as well. And that was a night where Tatum was having an off night. Frankly, he got a lot of his points in the fourth and overtime, but he wasn't playing very well. And Jalen is really holding down the fort during that entire skirmish. Oh, and Brogdon too, 26 points, which is wild. Those were the things that impressed me. Right, Brogdon back to his sixth man of the year form, hopefully. JB holding down the fort and Tatum putting up that consistent 30 per night. Fun to watch. That was a great game. I've been struggling to watch games recently, but like that was one that I made sure I went out of my way to watch, and I'm so glad I did, because that was a wild game. It was fun. It was electric end to end, literally. And who could hate LeBron's reaction, right? That was, I mean, from a guy who's considered, at least not widely, but by a good amount of people, the greatest of all time. That was absurd.
Yeah, Ryan, what did you think of the reaction? Obviously, okay, it was a foul. Yes,
Yeah,
but
undoubtedly. Yeah, it
yeah,
might.
We all agree. We all
The
agree.
only question is, was it intentional? I don't think so, but that's been
right.
raised. I mean, you could, but
I mean, I think it was all happening so fast. It probably
yeah,
just
I don't
like
think it was. I
whatever.
personally, I don't think it was intentional. It's
No,
tough to read Tatum a lot, but it seemed you could just tell by the way it seemed like he was just reacting very fast. Like you said,
desperation.
he had an off night. He was trying to win that game desperately. And I think he even said that post game, like it was all a blur, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you there. But what do you think of the reaction from LeBron? A little over the top for you?
I mean, it just kind of goes right. It's kind of typical, and it speaks as to, frankly, like why. Like I have a lot of respect for LeBron. Obviously, he's a great player in that right, but it really it's a big reason why a lot of people don't really like LeBron James or give LeBron James, a lot of crap, frankly, right? Because he's doing all these incredible things at 38. He was great in overtime against the Knicks last night. What he put up 40 plus points that game, and everyone gets everyone gets bad calls, right? And just that like reaction and gut wrenching. It sounds like he had like a serious traumatic event happen to him. And this is
Yeah, it felt like it was a playoff series loss or a finals call. He really was on the floor. It was wild.
even
But
then. I think even if it was Game 7, it's his first championship. You got that call, you'd still be like, "Wow, that was a spicy reaction." Right?
sure,
No, no, and
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, of course you get heated and stuff in the moment, but that was like, it was like he was watching someone die in front of him. It's
yeah.
just,
yeah,
and he's doing this at 38. He has how many championships? It's like, I don't think I know they've been saying this about the Lakers, but historically, it's not like the Lakers are known for the league being against them. And I think they've
Right.
probably, if anything, been pretty lucky with calls.
Yeah, it was a lot. I do want to get your opinion, Jack. I know Pat Bev is one of your favorite players.
Of all time.
Someone, yeah, that you just always root for. What do you think of him getting a technical foul for showing the ref a picture of the foul there?
The only thing funnier than LeBron's reaction that night was Pat Bev stealing a dude's camera, running out to the center court and going foul to the ref. That was absurd to me. That was probably the funniest technical that I've ever seen ever. Like that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Live, at least I should say. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that was the appropriate reaction, but at the same time, it was super funny and like he was right. Like so I don't really know if I can blame him on that. Yeah, we talked about it before we went live, Brian, but like I don't like Pat Bev. I think that I'll say it for a lot of people this year as his podcast has gotten bigger, I feel like it's humanized him a little bit. So I've softened up on him, which is surprising and never something I thought I'd say. At one point, my two like top hated players were Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook, and now neither of them are really like that high on the list, and they're both play for the Lakers. So like you'd think that would elevate them, but I've softened up for them a little bit. I don't. I mean, was that the right way to handle that? Probably not. Was it funny as hell? Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad he did it, and I think it was absolutely worth the technical, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree. That was hilarious and innovative. They're
Innovative
not
is a
going to
good word.
review the foul. You could show the ref right from the camera
Yeah, watch me
that he
prove it
was
to
wrong.
you.
And the Lakers did have every opportunity to win in overtime, right? And they just didn't. So yeah, it can only feel so bad, right?
So true.
Yeah,
The
is there
best
anything
part.
else?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say the best part was just the ref response. He just like looked at him like, Pat
He's
Bev,
like,
we're so sick of your shit. Like
yeah,
it's just like
Definitely.
it's like technical. It's like like when like I don't know, like a kid in class just like like the kid who's always getting in trouble with the teacher, just like detention for what? Detention. Like
just
Yeah,
you deserve it.
hilarious. So, what do you guys think of tonight's matchup? 7:30 against the Nets. A team that we've had a history with of late, and of course with all the Kyrie stuff. But Ryan, how are you feeling about tonight's game?
I might regret saying this. I hope I'm wrong. I don't. I just like the past few games. I just can't. I just have to see the Celtics work their kinks out right now. Even like they got pretty lucky they won last game. Yeah, I think, and Kyrie has just been so good lately. Like it's really undeniable whether you like him or not, and you can argue if it's sustainable. But in the moment, he's playing very well. I think we will definitely win. I think the spread was like -9, right? I'm going to say the Nets will probably cover the spread.
I think so too.
I think it'll actually end up being kind of not close, but like I think we'll win, just because we have almost like a fully healthy roster, and they do not. But yeah, that would be my prediction. I think they still got to work their kinks out, and I think when they play like this, they seem to need to like play against a fully like. Fully healthy, like good team to really like light a fire under their ass.
And Jack, what are your thoughts?
Biggest thing for me, I know that I just checked to confirm it too. Marcus Smart is still out, so I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be a huge deal, but obviously it sucks when it comes to guarding Kyrie. I mean, not really a downgrade defensively to D White, honestly. So like, it could be worse by a lot. But that's the dude that we have to work on stopping because obviously KD's still out and their main guy. All passes go through Kyrie, right? So that would be the only way that I could like Kyrie absolutely erupting. But I think I'm with Ryan here. I think Nets probably cover the spread, but I think Celtics probably take this one. The only other way that I could see this happening is we dig ourselves in too deep of a hole. We tend to like on long stretches of times off, right? Like 2 or 3 days between games, the Celtics tend to start off really sluggishly, which is really weird. It's like, I don't know if they're just not trying, if they're trying to get back into the groove of things, right? They're trying to conserve energy, whatever it might be. But they've had a tendency to do that all year. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the same case tonight, or if there's a little bit of fire because they're playing against Kyrie and the Nets. So it'll be interesting to see. I think, yeah, Celtics probably take this one.
I will say if it gets really close in the fourth quarter, just the way Kyrie's been playing in the fourth lately, I think if it's like tied or if the Nets can gain the lead in the fourth, they could pull it. But also, and when I said fully healthy, almost fully healthy, I'm comparing them to the Nets. Obviously, we still have Smart out, but the Nets are lacking Kevin Durant, and there's and also their supposed third best player, Ben Simmons. I mean, he does do a lot he does provide a lot defensively.
He does.
Playmaking.
That's about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, other than that, Jack, where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. Jaylen Brown found me on Twitter, so you guys can too. You can also follow my disc golf Instagram, and that's at Jack Disc Golf. So follow me there for new content.
Awesome. And Ryan, anything you want to plug?
You can just check out the Wicked Good Everything Sports blog. I have my All-Star predictions up there, and additionally, I'm going to be doing some award predictions on there that I will should have the first article up within the next few days.
Awesome. So go check that out. That's wickedeverythingsports.com. You can follow me on Twitter at the fake BMars, PMA. Our channel is on Twitter at Wicked Good Sport and at W Everything. Instagram, Wicked Good Sports. Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Good Sports. Also, check out our Better Radio channel. It's our podcast network. Obviously, this is like the sports podcast thing, but we have like other like post shows and stuff. We have our new podcast, Worth Fighting For. We're covering HBO's The Last of Us. Very fun, enjoying that quite a bit. So please check that out. And guys, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
And we'll see you all in the next one.
I almost said us.